Whoa. Before the video starts, remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment in the section, let us know your thoughts on what's going on. Now back to your regular scheduled programming. Welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, where we cut the BS and give you the truth all about sports. Once again, I'm Bryce Oden, host of Bryce Davis. We're back again for another episode. We are T-minus, 10 days? 9 days from Christmas?
Yeah.
Have you done all your shopping? You good to go?
I got to get one item.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to figure out if it's the right item.
Okay.
I know my sister don't watch, so I can tell her. She wanted Burberry Her perfume, and I'm trying to make sure I'm getting the right one, but I don't want to ask her. She didn't even have a picture. She just said Burberry Her. And I'm like, okay. Because there's like 3 of them. It's like 3 Burberry Hers, all perfumes. And I'm like, well, which one's the right one?
Right.
I'm trying to figure that out now.
I haven't even started. You know, I don't know why. I feel like it's cheating to start early.
I agree.
I feel like if
you buy your gifts during December.
If you're gonna do Christmas right? Christmas is the ultimate real nigga
procrastination.
You know what I'm saying? In fact, holidays was meant for the strong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jingle all the way, right?
You know what I mean? Like, holiday, you supposed to be running through an airport at the last minute.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You woke up late.
Exactly. Yeah. True.
You know what I mean?
True. I knew she was leaving. I could have stopped her anytime before today.
In fact, all holidays is meant for you. Technically, no. If you do any holiday in advance, technically, I don't feel like
it's not the spirit of the holidays.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you knew Valentine's Day was coming up, but now it's tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
So now you got to hurry up.
Right.
But now it's more important because I made sure, because I had so little time, I had to make sure it was great.
Yeah.
I can't just pull something out of my butt early, and it's wrong.
Her birthday's the same day every year.
Yep. And
it won't change.
You got that gift yesterday.
You know what I'm saying? You started you went Halloween shopping the night before.
Yep.
Does it fit? Hopefully. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Halloween, I'm not supposed to be scary.
Right.
It's a little goofy.
You know what I'm saying? So I think like Christmas is another holiday where it's like, you know what? Yeah, you can. The responsible thing is to do it months in advance.
Yep.
Everything's secure, but there's no fun in that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No. You're supposed to take it to the brink.
Exactly.
Risk it just a little bit. Will they be out of stock of what you wanted? Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But
did I have to go to 5 different locations to find the item?
You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But that's the spirit of the
rolling the dice. Yeah.
That way, when I tell you the story of how I got this, you'll feel more appreciative. You'll feel better the fact that I went to 6
I went
stores.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
Now, I'm not going to tell you when I did it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that I did this, on the 20th.
You're right.
I had 5 days to go.
Yeah. But technically, you had 364. You know what I'm saying? You had 3 or whatever. Not 64 days, but you got a long time. You know what I mean?
I could have started in October.
What's the fun in that? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it to the edge, but we're not going over the edge. We're not gonna forget.
Nope.
Just take it to the edge close enough to where we can see impending doom.
Yep.
But we
hit that emergency brake and we good.
And we all right. Anyway, man, let's get into it. Obviously, yesterday was a big day in college sports.
Yep.
The annual Heisman Trophy celebration.
Yep.
It was pretty much a 2-way horse race this entire
we joked about that
season. It was pretty much between Boise State's running back Ashton Jeanty and obviously Colorado's 2-way star Travis Hunter, receiver and defensive back. Okay, my first question for you is, before we tell everybody who won, if you already don't know, did you like the discourse happening about the Heisman?
No.
Okay.
I did not. I think because, because these were 2 teams that are not well known. Well, they're known, but especially not Colorado. But I think people weren't as enthused because they weren't from a larger program. Mm-hmm. I also think that people weren't respecting Travis Hunter a lot as a 2-way college athlete, which we just don't see anymore.
Gotcha.
And I also think that, coming from Boise State, people they weren't checking for Boise State, even though they are very good this year. Mm-hmm. And I think people just kind of disconnected from the actual college football landscape beyond your favorite school.
Let's go a step further.
Okay.
This is my problem. I have the discourse. I understand that Travis Hunter plays for Colorado, and Colorado's the fan favorite school, and it's Deion Sanders and all that kind of stuff. The issue that I had was these are 2. like people were acting like Ashton Genty wasn't black too.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't like the fact that he was getting slighted. It's like both of these dudes, they part of the culture. They both are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So one guy shouldn't get penalized because he doesn't play for Deion Sanders over the other. And to me, it came down to that. Right? Do I think the right person won? Yes. But still, I didn't like the fact that Ashton was getting slighted because he didn't play for the popular. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I thought that was lame. I didn't like the fact that it felt like the black community was rooting for one guy over the other. I thought that was kind of nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we should be celebrating both of them. They both were putting up great seasons.
Both of them had probably the best college seasons that we've seen
in a long time,
especially from non-quarterbacks as well.
Because Genty's chasing, I don't know if he'll catch him, but he's chasing Barry Sanders.
Right.
And then obviously we haven't really seen this two-way thing pretty much since Woodson did it at Charles Woodson did it at Michigan.
Yeah.
So like they're both doing great things, but I just didn't like the fact that it felt like Genty was just getting slighted. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then people kept making excuses. Well, he getting a lot of carries. It's like, well,
he's the best player on the field.
Well, no, he's getting actual yards per carry.
Yeah.
If you getting a bunch of carries, but you getting like 3 yards.
Yeah.
All right, cool. He getting like 6. So but keep handing this dude the ball.
Yeah.
Every 2 times he gets the ball, we get a first down. You know what I'm saying? Like what do we like? That's smart. You know. I didn't like that, but at the end of the day, Travis Hunter did win.
Yep.
The Heisman. I thought it was cool. And it is nice that the Heisman is still like, because it's been a while in my opinion since I cared about the Heisman.
True.
Because it's either always a foreign girl conclusion, like, all right, this guy's winning it. It's a no-brainer. We're not about to sit up here and waste time. Or it goes to a quarterback, and who cares about that?
Yeah.
You know, the quarterback gets celebrated at the NFL level, right? The MVP award is a quarterback award.
Yep.
I didn't want the Heisman Trophy to turn into the quarterback award as well, because then what are we doing to everybody else, right?
Yep.
It's not fair that these guys get the creme de la creme award and gets the most prestige, and everybody else awarded just like these offshoot type of things. So I'm glad that the race came down to, you know,
a receiver, defensive back, and a running back.
Yeah.
Like, and that because I don't how long has it been since a defensive player in general has won a Heisman?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I cannot.
The last person I remember was up, I think, was Jadeveon Clowney.
For their Heisman?
I think.
No, Hutchinson. Eddie Hutchinson.
Yes.
Let me look. I don't think it was Woodson. I don't think it was Woodson. I don't think he's the last guy to win it. I don't think he's the last. I don't think he's the last guy to win it. Personally, as far as defensive player, but in fact, I don't.
It's Charles Woodson.
He the last. Damn.
Yeah, it is Charles Woodson.
Damn. You know what? It should have been Sue.
97.
It should have been Sue. It should have been.
Sue. Oh my God.
It should have been him.
Yeah, he got hold.
Yeah. He got hold.
1997.
Yeah,
was the last time.
Yeah, that's the year he had the rolls in his mouth and everything. Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Was Tom Brady the quarterback? Or was that Drew Henson?
In 97?
Tom Brady.
I think Tom Brady. Yeah.
I know they was going back and forth between him and sometimes it'd be Drew Henson, so I wasn't sure who was the starter. But the fact that it takes that long, that lets you know how hard it is. So I'm glad that streak was broken. But staying in college sports, big news broke during the week. So first, news broke that Bill Belichick was interviewing
for the North Carolina
head coaching position. And then it became confirmed that he is taking the head coaching job at the University of North Carolina. When you first heard he was interviewing for the possible role, what were your thoughts?
I was confused because I'm like, wow, college? Because I this whole week, ever since I've heard about, I'm like, how many like successful NFL coaches go down to college? I'm like, that doesn't happen very often. And I'm like, UNC.
Okay, successful or like, okay, let's differentiate between successful. We're successful / we're coming off a successful season. Because those are different. Well, he was not coming off.
Because
plenty of guys have like had success, but then struggle toward the end.
True.
And it's like, all right, it's time for you to like.
Well, I was thinking of his whole resume. His entire resume.
Right.
And down to the college level. Because at that point, I'm like, for my entire resume, I'm good on college. I'm good. Now, if he was coming off of a bad year, I get it.
He was.
That's the only way he's probably
couple bad years.
I think 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's just his entire reason. He was like, "Why would you want to go down?" And then he took the job. So I'm like, "Well, okay, this is obviously his. If he wants to get back to coaching, this is how he's going to have to do it."
I think it's a couple of things. I think one, sometimes the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Bill Belichick's been in the game for a long time, right? Especially being under the tutelage of a guy like Bill Parcells. He knows the game. He knows how it works, right? He has enough ears. He works for a major network.
Yeah.
He has enough ears across the league to know the jobs that'll be available and if he'll be up for those jobs. He probably took around the landscape and realized he's probably not going to get any of these jobs that open. Whether it's the Dallas Cowboys job, the Jets job is open,
Yep.
the Bears job is
job's
open. And there are other jobs that might pop up between now and then. Who knows what the Giants will do with Brian Daboll. But I just don't think he looked at everything and it was just like, Jaguars job.
Yeah, could be open, yeah.
But I just don't think I think kind of one of two things. One, do I want any of these jobs specifically?
True.
Right? Because there's a difference between just taking a job and then the job allowing you to be Bill Belichick at that job.
That's very true.
Right? Some of these organizations that he's going to, they suck for a reason. They suck for a reason.
I don't think, even if the Cowboys job was offered to him, I don't think he takes that job.
Right. Because it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I don't think with everything we know about Jerry Jones, I don't think that will work with him, especially at the whole Jimmy Johnson debacle in the early 90s. Everything we learned about Woody Johnson and the whole Jets thing, I don't think that would work. I don't think the Bears will want him because they're trying to
they got to
Caleb
build
Williams,
Caleb,
and that's not his strength, as we saw with the way he treated Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna probably get that one. Same thing goes for Jacksonville, right? We got Trevor Lawrence. We got to get this offense together. You're not the guy for that role, right? So I just think he was limited, and I think he made the smart decision. This is somebody wants me. They're gonna pay me some money, and I think people underestimate the way college football is now. Yeah, right. It's pro-like.
Yep.
Which he's used to. This is the money we can spend.
Yep.
These are the players that you can spend the money on. Like, you spend on these and develop the rest of these dudes.
I mean, honestly, how the college system probably works best with his mindset, right?
Yeah.
He could recruit based on, I know the type of money I got to give out. I know where I can cut back on who's not going to get some money because, like, you're not that guy.
Right.
He'll probably succeed in that regard when it comes to recruiting and using the NIL to get talent into the building. The question will be his staff and how that works. I know his son's going to be on it, who was coaching at Washington, I think so, I believe. But the rest of
Washington State. Let me check that out.
Washington State.
Let me check.
Yeah,
I think. But I heard he may try to get the band back together.
Really?
That's what I heard.
So,
that's what I heard.
O'Brien, all them.
Yeah. So Washington, he did DC with the Huskies.
Okay, yeah.
So I heard he might try to get Judge.
Okay.
Patricia.
Okay.
So
the only person I think he should have is Bill O'Brien.
Think so?
Because Bill O'Brien's worked both at the college and pro level, and he was successful in both.
That's true.
And he is a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Let me see, because I got it right here. It says who will be. This is the Fayetteville Observer. So take that what you will.
Okay.
Let me see as far as his possible staff. It says former NFL executive Michael Lombardi, who was front and center for Bill Belichick's introduction, will join UNC in a general manager role.
Okay.
Let's see. And if you don't know Lombardi, he's been on TV a lot. If you've seen him, like, I want to say Fox, right?
I believe Fox.
Oh, is he? I don't remember. Fox.
Yeah, Fox.
Yeah,
he's Fox because he used to coach the Browns and the Jets.
Lombardi? He's always been
ESPN.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's ESPN.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. Obviously, his son, like we said, Steve Belichick, Joe Judge.
Okay. Yep.
Vinny Sunseri, who I know Vinny Sunseri because he played with Alabama.
Okay.
He was a football player at Alabama. So I guess that's a possibility. Obviously, we mentioned Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniels.
Oh yeah. Where's he at? He's fired. That's where he got fired.
He said he's fired. He still get paid.
He's getting paid. Yeah.
He getting them Vegas checks.
Yeah.
Moses Cabrera. I guess he's a strength and conditioning coach, and then Ross Douglas, a bunch of other people. James White, former running back
Okay.
from the Patriots. Matthew Slater, remember he was a special teams guy.
Yeah.
So what is it, the Patriots South?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Patriots, Carolina Patriots.
The one selling point that might work for him is it's this, right? Development.
Yes.
I can act, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick can tell any player there is not a single coach that's breathing in this college system that can turn you into
an NFL.
Right.
Ready. Especially on the defensive side.
Yes.
I'm going to turn you into an NFL ready defensive player.
Right.
That I agree. If I'm the SEC, I'm scared of that.
Because
if I'm Alabama,
ACC.
Are they ACC?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what North Carolina is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, he can technically steal players to go to, but like, because all you gotta do is go into a locker room and just say Lawrence Taylor, me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Richard Seymour, me.
Vince Wilfork, me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore when he won his Defensive Player of the Year, me. Asante Samuel, me. Willie McGinnis, me. You know, Teddy Bruschi, me. Ronnie Harrison, me. You know what I'm saying? Like all these dudes that you can name, me.
Yep.
So I think that having Mike Vrabel, me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can just keep going down the list. Like all these dudes, all these great talent, all these players, I helped had a hand in developing them. So it's hard to fight against that.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to say, it's like, all right, we can't pay you as much as these guys, but I can get you paid by you lasting long in the league for playing 10 plus years, 15 plus years. Or you can get paid now and then flame out the league because you don't know how to be in a 3-4 or 4-3 defense.
Yeah.
You don't know how to make a proper tackle. You come with me, I'm gonna be able to pay you as much then, but in the long term, you'll thank me.
Yeah, and in the long term, you're gonna make some money in the league.
Right.
You'll be there forever.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, because only Patriot players that flame out are like running backs.
Yeah.
And that's just across the league, though. That's not like a Patriot problem.
Yeah.
Everybody else seemed to kind of just linger around the league for a long time. Yep. So, I'm definitely curious to see. And I'm also curious about the theory that he's taking the job because of his son.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that.
Well. Yeah, that when apparently there's a clause. I don't know if that's true or not because I haven't seen the contract, but there's apparently a clause that when he retires, his son becomes the new head coach.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Usher in the reign of Stephen.
Yeah, don't know about that. But I'm interested just to see what happens because I think North Carolina wants to make that jump.
Also, okay, so one thing I know this just because I'm a Duke basketball fan. Yeah. There are certain programs out there that do not like the fact that they're not good at football.
Yeah.
They're one of them.
Yeah.
North Carolina's one. UCLA is another one where they'll take the basketball thing. They'll take that. Cool. Yeah. Right? But they're also annoyed the fact that all right, we're not some small school.
Yeah, we should
be
both.
Good too, in that sport. Yeah. And it goes the other way too. There are some schools who are good in
football who
feel like they should be good at both sports.
Yeah, I think
USC's one.
I think Alabama took that jump because they were like, "No, our basketball program can be better than this."
Well, a lot of SEC schools are confused on why they're not better at basketball too. Most schools want it across the board. They don't like they want all of it. You know, especially come March Madness time.
Yeah,
a lot of schools you hear get kind of annoyed when like they're a big school, but they don't get talked about in the same breath as like Duke,
right,
or
Wake
UConn.
Forest.
You know what I'm saying?
Wake Forest, like I get it, they're a basketball tradition, but we could be just as good as Wake Forest.
Right. But because you're not on that level, it's just like when we see some of these schools from the South get good, like make a run, it's weird. You know
it's true. Yeah,
it feels weird.
These past couple of years of watching these SEC schools slowly get better at basketball was like, wait, what?
It feels like this isn't basketball,
here?
Right? You know, so I get it. But I transitioned there from the NFL. Yeah. Obviously, Thursday Night Football happened.
Yeah,
the Rams pretty much put a kibosh.
Yeah.
on the terrible. Not I wouldn't say terrible season.
It was the no good, terrible, bad season for the 49ers just because of injuries.
And what better way to put a bow on the season from hell than a player you brought in as a backup because your star linebacker gets hurt during the Super Bowl.
Yep.
He comes back, gets hurt again.
Yep.
And the backup goes, nah. Yeah. Fuck y'all. I'm out of here. Walks out, leaves. Obviously, we're talking about Vondre Campbell, who I mainly know from his time playing with the Packers.
Yep.
Nah.
Good.
Pulls Avonte Davis, except he retired.
Yeah, he retired. Two dudes who did that.
Who?
One, it was a safety for the Bills who did that.
Avonte Davis.
Oh, was that Avonte Davis?
Yeah.
Okay.
R.I.P. Roger Davis.
Yeah.
But yeah, he retired though.
He did.
At least he said this is it.
Yeah.
I'm done playing.
Football,
So
yeah.
if y'all, whatever y'all say about me, who cares? I'm
Yeah, it
done
doesn't
playing.
matter. I'm retiring.
Yeah. AB just kind of walked off the field.
True.
You know, and hasn't played.
And hasn't played since.
Yeah. But Vondre Campbell, he didn't do anything. He just said no.
I'm not going in. I dressed and everything, but it's like I'm good.
Now, if it was in the NBA, he would have been all right. There's plenty of players who said no and just been allowed to keep playing. But it's the NFL, and they don't really play that. Putting you in that position. Okay, I want you to.
The player, or
I'm gonna put you on both
okay.
sides. Okay, so first I'm gonna put you in as one of his teammates.
Okay.
Right? How would you feel if a teammate did what Vondre Campbell did?
I'd be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be upset.
Why?
Because we need you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This season is hell.
Yeah.
Dudes is dropping left and right.
Right.
We need help.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to walk off like that, I'm upset. Now, I wouldn't go as far as trash him in the media like some of the other players did. And be like, we'll handle that in the locker room behind closed doors. You'll hear about it then. But I would be upset, and I would confront him in the locker room later. It's like, bro, what was that? Like, what was that? Like, we can't have this right now. Season's already a mess. I get it. It's been probably the worst football we've ever had to play. No one likes seasons like this. Mm-hmm. But to do that in the middle of a game when we need you, I'm upset.
Okay. Now let's go to the other side.
Yeah.
You're Vondre Campbell. Obviously, Dre Greenlaw's been out the entire season, so you've been the de facto starting linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, it's been a season from hell, but you guys technically are still in position to make some type of run if you beat the Rams, right? You get told that Dre Greenlaw's coming back, and even though you put your body on the line this entire season to even put you guys in a shot to still be somewhat a chance to do something, you get told he's starting. It's done. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
it's his spot. How would you feel in that moment?
In that moment, as Vondre Campbell, I am pissed. Mm-hmm. I'm upset as well. I'm a little disheartened because I have been starting this whole time. I am no Greenlaw.
Right.
He's a better linebacker than me. I get that. But maybe we could split. We can't just split minutes.
Right.
I'm just benched for the whole game until he gets hurt.
Right.
Like, come on now. Like
Which is what happened.
Yeah. And I do feel like now we could split time at least to get him up to speed. Like there's no way he's coming back in like that. Like I feel for him, but you got to do what's best for the team. Either way. Now, that don't mean you can't cut somebody out, later on, all that. But in the game, you don't do that. There was better ways to handle it before it got on the field.
Okay, let's go with that. Let's say you feel some type of way to the point where you because you don't pull what he pulled. That's already at that point, it's already been mustering in you.
Yeah.
Do you let it? If they just say you feel that way already, what do you do if you already feel that way?
If I feel that way in the moment, I'm talking to, because I don't know who would have brought him that information. I don't know if that's the linebacker coach or it came from Kyle Shanahan himself.
Probably mix of both.
Yeah, mix of both. But if I'm in that meeting, I'm like, this is bullshit. I don't think I should just be benched entirely. Mm-hmm. But I'm resolving this now. I can't let this fester.
Right.
Because that's the reason he does what he does on the field is because it's festered.
Yeah.
It's festered. He's pissed. Goes out there. It starts raining. We're not winning. The game is awful.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going out there. Like, in that moment, if all this is festering, he gets hurt. Look at the score. I don't want to be out here today. Mm-hmm. I get that. I get it.
Would you... So, and I think that's the problem that a lot of people have is, at the end of the day, man, we all grown.
Yeah.
Right? And there are times in life, and Vondre knows this, where you got to do things you don't want to do.
Yep.
Right? And sometimes you got to do things as a means to an end.
Yep.
Right? Like, let's just say you're annoyed with the situation.
Yeah. And
let's just say, because you feel like they're making the wrong decision. Because you can make an argument, they made the wrong decision. Yeah. You make an argument, look, the way the season's going, Dre Greenlaw we shouldn't have seen him until next year.
Yeah.
There was no reason to rush him back for what?
Yeah.
Right? At the end of the day, he had two options.
Yep.
you tell the 49ers to kick rocks. You know what, guys? Thank you for the opportunity you're giving me. I don't believe you guys are making the right decision. I got to think about myself at this point. You guys are making a decision for you, which is I respect. I'm going to make a decision for me. I'm going to quietly ask if you guys can go ahead and grant me my release from the team. Still enough time I can join another roster, clear waivers, maybe make a playoff push for somebody.
Yeah.
You know, Detroit needs needs help or somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Ravens could use me.
But Buffalo. Who knows? There are teams who I feel like could use my services. Maybe I can rejoin Green Bay. Yeah. You know, but I don't longer. You guys. It appears you guys don't have faith in me. Yeah. Based on everything I've brought this season, I thought, and he's been pretty productive. I've been pretty productive. My numbers have been pretty productive. Outside of Fred Warner, I've been pretty most.
Yeah, like I said, I get it. I'm no Greenlaw, right. But I've been good.
Right. But you guys clearly don't respect that. So I at least respect his decision and just release me, and we can just go ahead and
go our separate ways.
Go our separate ways. If you don't do that, and you show up to the game and you dress and you put your clothes on and you go through warm-ups, because again, like you said, man, football is a violent sport. Yeah. And we got out there. It's gladiators out there. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's every man, we all, like you said, it's raining. It's raining on all of us. Right. This game sucks. You know what I'm saying? Our all-pro left tackle is not out there. Yep. Our all-pro offensive player of the year running back is not out there.
We lost a receiver.
Our receiver, our
second best receiver,
he's out for the season. Debo dropping passes left and right. It ain't going ideal. Yeah. But damn, we all out here. Yep. Travaris Ward had a lot. He lost his daughter. Yeah. He out here. It's a lot of us out here. Drake Greenlaw, he came back. He trying.
Yeah, he's trying.
He trying, dog.
He wants to be here.
I understand that, this ain't the ideal situation, but damn, it ain't good for none of us.
No.
But we need you. You know what I'm saying? Because now what happens is we lose Drake Greenlaw. Yep. He's hurt. You don't want to go out there now. Okay, cool. So now the third string dude out here. So now he third string for a reason. Yeah. So now we all got to compensate because the third string out here and make a play. Now we all doing a lot more than we already were doing. Yep. So you know what I'm saying? Everybody at risk.
And the worst part too is that this hurt him in the long term as well. Yeah. Because now a lot of teams are going to be looking, whatever this situation, however this plays out with the 49ers, when he's no longer with them, people are going to remember that moment.
Well, think about this. We ain't got to wait for it. You saw how they talked about him after the game. Yeah. The game ended. Shanahan trashed him. Yep. Ward said trashed him. Yep. Kittle trashed him. So the fact that they didn't even wait, you know what I'm saying? He probably hadn't even parked in his driveway yet by the time, you know what I mean? Because knowing the traffic out there before he got trashed. So there's a possibility that Vondre Campbell made a career-ending mistake. Yeah. Right? And you never make this emotional decisions right then and there. Yeah. Right? Just let it go, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Never let them see you sweat is what they say. Yep. There's a possibility that he's going to wake up. He woke up the next day and will never play a down in the NFL again. Yeah. And the fact that that's how it went out, that sucks. Yeah. Because that was preventable. Yep. You know, so Stan in the NFL, speaking of staying with the 49ers, and kind of just something we've seen around the league recently with receivers. Yeah. Now, we know receivers are divas.
Always have.
We know that, right? Yeah. There's doesn't matter if it was Chad Johnson, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, you name it. Yep. Name the player. Hell, even Larry Fitzgerald early in his career. I know people don't want to admit that, but he used to ask, "Hey, Kurt Warner, I was open." They all say it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? They all want the ball.
No receiver, no matter how many people are around them, is never open. Bro, I got you.
Okay, so this is a question I have for you.
Okay.
We all know that wide receiver, I think, is two things. It's probably the most dependent position on the field because it doesn't matter. You can be as open as you want to. If no one's going to throw you the ball, who cares? But it's also the most isolated position on offense. Obviously, DB matches them on defense and probably safety a little bit because they're further back. But on offense, they're the most isolated position because they're off to the side. They're by themselves, right? Because they're so dependent and they're in such isolated position, is that a reason as to why we've seen these outbursts, whether it's from A.J. Brown, whether it's from like we said, Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
There was some guy. I remember Jordan Addison said something early in the year. He was kind of upset with his, now obviously since then it's turned up a lot. Thank God, because I got him in fantasy. But just we've seen guys just and there's a lot of players in the league right now who aren't getting the touches. St. Brown, DK Metcalf. Neighbors was upset.
Yeah.
Remember Garrett Wilson had his moments. Devontae Adams asked for a trade for a reason. It's plenty of dudes around the league right now who aren't happy with what's going on with their current situation. So what do you think about the whole thing?
I think because the passes this year have been down.
Yes.
Across the board. I think they're starting to realize, damn, we used to have a real good for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
From like 2015 to 2020, we was feasting. And they want that back. I think they want that back, and it sucks because it's like, hey, we gotta have more balanced offense, y'all. These running backs we got them on the team for a reason. We gotta use them. So yeah, some of your touches might not be as many as they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
We have to attack from all angles. And I can't just keep throwing you the ball. If we lose, I lose my job. You get to stay.
It's true.
I lose my job. And they're starting to realize, I think it's starting to become that realization. It's like, oh, wait a minute. This is what it's like when there's only one number one receiver on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Jordan Addison. You're a good receiver, bro, but it is Justin Jefferson.
Right.
I think it's picked up recently because they've had to balance their offense. But when it's crunch time, it's probably going to be Justin Jefferson. I think that realization is coming. It's like, wow, wait a minute. If defenses are going to be like this for who knows how long, if we're doing 2 high shells the entire time, I got to look out for me. I do have to look out for me again. I got to start chirping a little bit. It's like, hey, bro, I was open.
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't do that because, you used to throw it to me. I was open. You used to throw it to me. Now it's like, hey, bro, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here. Start looking for me. You used to trust me. What's going on?
Right.
I think that's what's happening.
Where's the balance between we're winning, okay, I gotta respect we're winning, so it's working, right? In the case of the Eagles, you guys are winning, and the key word you said is I gotta look out for myself because, again, it is a production-based league.
Yeah,
and when it comes time for me to get paid, they're gonna look at my stats. They're gonna look at my catches, my touchdowns, all that kind of stuff, right? And if I don't have the yards and all that kind of stuff, and it's primarily because you're not throwing me the ball, then I'm not going to get paid. So where's the balance between respecting both of those?
I think the balance comes in how they win. Because I think the Eagles were having issues because those games were tight. And
Saquon's having an MVP season.
Yeah, Saquon's having an MVP season. So because he's having an MVP season, it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to rely on – he's our best player.
Our best player.
He is our best player. Right. So A.J. Brown, which – I don't remember how long he had with DK or with Henry.
His whole career in Tennessee.
In Tennessee, how long? It was like 3 years or 4 years in Tennessee.
I can't tell you how many years specifically he played with Henry, but I mean Henry predated him.
Yeah, I know.
So his entire time he was in Tennessee.
Well, that's what for him. I don't get it because you're used to this.
Good point.
You played in Tennessee.
Good point.
You're used to having a dominant running back dominate the game. Now again, it got better when you got to the Eagles, but now they have another dominant running back. Mm-hmm. So you should be used to this.
Well, you know what it is? He's not used to I think what he's not used to is the amount of love everybody's kind of getting on the team. Because I think he has to remember he's in Tennessee. Can't tell you who the opposite receiver was. That you know what I mean? I don't remember if it was Elijah. I don't remember who else was there. Maybe Corey Davis. I don't know who else was. You know what I mean? Was the guy
I don't remember that receiver room at all. Yeah.
So it was like he was gonna get. So if we weren't gonna run with Derrick Henry, then most likely he was gonna get the ball.
True.
Well, since he's been in, I think he got spoiled from his first season.
True.
When he got to Philly, right? Because remember his first season, if you look at the stats, there was kind of like a nice discrepancy between his stats.
True.
And Devontae Smith.
That's true.
Right. But I think Devontae Smith has kind of risen up, so he got to eat. You know what I'm saying? Goddard got to eat. We can use Saquon actually is a weapon in the passing game.
True.
So it's like a lot of things are changing. And then Jalen Hurts hasn't been as good as he has that season. So I think all of these things are happening. And again, I think receivers, when you're out there, because remember, if I'm a receiver, I see this.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
I can't see this. So I don't know. I mean, they can't tell really probably till they see the film, right?
Right.
And obviously after the game, it's so fresh. I don't know how much time he had in the pocket.
It's true.
I don't know what he was seeing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what was happening. All I know was I ran this
was
route.
open.
I beat this dude. My hand was up. I turned back, and I'm
you throw the check down.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what happened, right? So I think a lot of that plays in the factor is, hey man, I'm open. When I'm open, throw me the ball.
Yeah, like I said, but I get why receivers do that because I am open. Mm-hmm. I don't mind a receiver going to his quarterback saying, hey, on that play, if we run it again, I'm beating him. Get it to me. But the problem becomes when that starts to bleed. Again, it's that should stay on the field. Don't let it bleed out all the time to the media because they're vultures.
Okay, what about this? As a quarterback,
yeah.
You should know your teammates,
yep.
right? At what point is it on the quarterback to be like, okay, damn, it's the third quarter and my guy only got 2 catches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At what point is on the quarterback like we gotta do something. We gotta do something.
For Jalen, it's all that's I put it like 75 on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like 75 on him. Because the coaching staff has got their game plan.
Yeah,
it's on him to be like, "Hey, what are we doing with AJ in this quarter? What's our plan with him? Because we haven't really used him that much. I think we can start using him. You know, that is on the quarterback to get to the coaching staff and be like, "Hey, let's get him involved."
Yeah, some quick hitters, a screen.
Exactly. Yeah. Because the offensive coordinator sees big picture, head coach sees big picture. You're in there in the trenches too. You see it as well. Mm-hmm. You feel it. Yeah. It's like, man, I haven't connected with old boy in like half the game.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And also, you got to remember this, right? And we're going to end with this. He's your top weapon for a reason.
Yep.
And I say this as somebody in fantasy, who plays a lot of fantasy football. It annoyed me when I see some of the guys who I had, because I pretty much have wide receiver ones and tight end ones. And whatever. So there is a correlation between, like, I'll say this. If a team loses, it don't, and I check my guys' stats and I go, oh, the Cardinals lost. Oh, Trey McBride only had 2 catches. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I see why they lost.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, the Raiders lost. Okay, let me see what Brock Bowers did. Oh, he had 3 catches for 30 yards. That's why they lost. Yeah. Like, I think sometimes teams can overthink it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's simple. It should be simple. This is our best receiver.
Yeah, we're scheming for him specifically.
We win when he gets the ball.
Yep.
We lose when he doesn't.
Yep.
Or my job is easier when he gets the ball.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody else's job is easier when he gets the ball.
It's a lot easier, even as a coach, it's a lot easier to save your job when your best players still played well. Mm-hmm. Even if you lose, but my best players still performed well.
Right.
Right? Like Sean McDermott keeps his job because Josh Allen plays really well.
Right.
He'll lose his job when Josh Allen starts to dip. Mm-hmm. That's when he's in trouble. That's when it's officially in trouble. Because my best player is not playing up to what he can do. Mm-hmm. It's easy. It's what you said. It's a lot easier when my best players play like that. When we lose, I can fall back on that. It's like, hey, we did everything we could. Y'all did everything you could against the Chiefs. The Chiefs just lucked out.
Right.
It's different than I didn't feed my guys.
And I think it leads to a point that you made, which is important.
Yeah.
Right? There was a moment where it was hot, like you said, and everybody was eating, and everybody was feasting and all that kind of stuff. And Warren Sapp said it best. The NFL defense is one of the fastest changing organisms that exists on this planet, right? Yep. They adapted. You know what I'm saying? So now we here now.
Yep.
So things look a bit different. And I hate to say this, but I think a lot of teams have looked at you guys.
Yeah.
You guys lost Tyreek Hill and won 2 championships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But they didn't look at how he won those championships. Defense.
Well, I'm just saying defense and running.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, they lost their top pass catcher and they still won. Maybe this is the way to go. Because if you look back, let's look at the last decade. You guys got 3. The Patriots got a plethora of them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? A lot of the Ravens, when they won, they didn't have a top receiver. There have been a lot of teams that have won championships Hell, when my Broncos won, Peyton Manning couldn't throw it. Peyton Manning couldn't throw it from me to you.
True. Facts. Y'all won on defense and running the football.
We had CJ Butterball Anderson back there. You know what I'm saying? He was a Butterball. He was. You know what I'm saying? But look, even when the Rams went to the Super Bowl, not the first time, they didn't win it. Yeah. The first time he went, it wasn't like they was chucking all the ball over the goddamn yard. No. Like, I think teams have realized, you know what? A great receiver is a luxury, but not a necessity.
Yes.
Right? The days of the Jerry Rices helping us win it all and the Michael Irvins and the greatest show on earth. Them days is over.
Those guys are Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a Hall of Fame wide receiver every time.
Yeah.
So we gotta make do.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do really well?
Right.
And that's what's happening. Like I said, I think receivers. We see one. I think we see that pay scale.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I'm like, it may start coming down. It may. I think Chase gets paid a bag.
Yep.
Because their offense is different. It's not built on the run game. Although Brown is, Chase Brown is a good running back.
Yeah.
He gonna get a bag.
Yep.
After him, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who else is out there that's worth giving a bag to after him because everybody else got paid.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, that's all the time for you guys today, man. You can follow me on Facebook at Bryce Oden. Follow me on Instagram, Bryce David Oden. Bryce, go and tell him.
Follow me on Twitter, Bruce Leroy.
Hey, remember, you didn't hear from the horse's mouth to listen to Ass Who Told You. And we out. Peace.